What powers the golf swing? In my opinion, it's not the right arm, it's not the right hip, it's not this, it's not that. It's actually the right shoulder. Now, let's think about this for a little second here. If I'm going to throw a baseball or anything, first thing I do is draw my shoulder back. And what does that do? That pulls my arm, and my arm is relaxed. So it throws my arm back, right? My arm doesn't even get engaged in the throw until right about there. And that's when it starts winding up, but my shoulder starts firing forward. So the whole thing starts with drawing the shoulder back, flips the arm back, and then boom. And the shoulder throws the arm. So when I first started with the Holy Grail swing, I was absolutely murdering the ball because I was doing this move naturally. And the more I started thinking about it, or the more I started thinking about what I was doing in the swing, the less natural it got. Which the reason is, if you are tense from here and your grip is tight and you pull the club back and you're tense, well, where does the backswing stop and where does the downswing start? You don't know. You have to make that happen because you're so tense that it never happens. And that would be like trying to throw a ball like this with a tense arm. You couldn't do it. It has to go into its maximum before it can deliver. And we need to do that same thing in a golf swing. And I don't want to make this complicated, and it is not. So from address, we're standing there. You have a nice relaxed grip. The swing starts by drawing this right shoulder straight back. It only feels like it moves about 4 inches, but we want to take it, and we don't want it to go outside of the foot. Straight back and up, away from the ball, right? You're going that way. And what does that do? So let's do that. I'm fairly relaxed. I'm going to take my right shoulder backing up. And what does that do? That puts me in a one-piece takeaway. I didn't do that on purpose, but just by drawing this hand or this shoulder up, it pulls on the lower part of the club, which pulls the whole thing around. Now I get to here, I can relax my hands even further, let the club come up, and I'm using a super loose grip. You don't want to do that. But so we're relaxed. There's a little tension as you have to pull the club away, then fully relaxed. Now that's actually finishing the backswing. And now this shoulder drives straight back down, kind of just a little bit inside of where your imaginary ball would be. But that shoulder goes straight back, and that is how you deliver. My hands are a little sweaty, so I'm not going to swing this for sure. But that is how you actually finish your backswing and deliver the club with power. You can't do it if you're tense the whole time. You have to be able to deliver it with power and then relax. So let's see if I can, oh great, AC's on. So relaxed, slightly tense, relaxed, tension, relaxed. And although that sounds complicated, it all happens just out of necessity, and you won't have to think about it. But if you've already got the Holy Grail going pretty well, which you understand, all you got to do is drive the shaft of that club, the middle of the shaft, down behind the ball, on the plane, then now you don't have to think about that anymore. So now your one thought is simply shoulder up, shoulder down, right? That drives everything else. And I should have had a glove so I could swing for real. But that is how I hit one yesterday, 327 yards, par 5, and had what did I have, 165 yards in, and I hit an 8-iron too far. So, and that was just using that swing. And I mean, when you get this working, it's like cheating. I mean, it's so easy to just absolutely nuke a golf ball that your friends are going to think that you've been working out or you're playing a cheating ball or something. The whole golf swing is powered by this shoulder, just as it would be if you were throwing a ball or, well, I'll tell you what, when we swing a baseball bat, if you notice, and you probably do it yourself, you never grab the bat till it's up here. You always go one hand, bring it up, add your second hand. And that's pretty much exactly what we're doing. So we're going to go relaxed with the right arm all the way up, then it engages. And that's when you can hit it. The right arm really isn't engaged. It's taut, but it's not engaged for power until on the way down. As you can see, we want to keep that rope tight, but it's all driven by the right shoulder, and it's going down, not out. You can't get the club to the ball if you're turning this way. It's got to go that way. So I think that's confusing enough. Right? Yeah? Okay. But yeah, you'll be amazed at the power that you can achieve by just moving that right shoulder.